So I think we're good. So what all were you wanting to cover?
Well, I'm switching to the scoundrel, so I think I'll just start start over building again. And
Okay.
I think I've read a bit more. I know a little bit more, but I'm still a little confused about some of the skills and the likes like that. So I'll just start going forward and building the character. Human male is going to stay the same. His background's going to stay the same. His size, all that stays the same. All right, with out of the boots, you roll d20. How many times for each? I forget what you said. 7, 6?
For the abilities?
Yes.
For the abilities, you roll 4d6.
4d6.
Yeah.
All right.
And you add up the 3 highest of those and take out the lowest. And then roll 7 times, and you can omit one of the results of your choice. I guess I am recording this. So yeah, for anybody watching, we're going through a speed run of building a character in Star Wars Saga Edition. We're starting out with ability scores. You roll 46 and knock out the lowest one, add up the 3 highest d6 totals, and that'll give you your ability score. And once you have 6 of those scores, you can decide where you want to put them. If you have intention of using dexterity as your main strength, as Bill is, he is probably going to want to put his highest results into dexterity.
Going a lot better than last time.
Good. And I guess, yeah, since we skipped over some of the intro stuff, he is playing the human scoundrel now, he's decided, and is adjusting things accordingly. But that is the first step in determining character creation, is figuring out your abilities and then species, which he's already gotten and is sticking with. And he is basically shifting over from a scout to a scoundrel to access some of the abilities, talents, because abilities are something else.
That went very well. I didn't get anything under 10 that time.
Very nice.
All right. All right, let me go back. All right, so it says scoundrel, dexterity, intelligence are the most important. And charisma and wisdom are the next ones. All right. So I've cleared out stuff on the character sheet already, so I'm just going to start filling in again. 18.
Also, I guess for anyone watching, ability scores are basically your most basic stats that will influence pretty much everything else. For instance, if he's doing a scoundrel and decides that strength is not really a priority, pretty much nothing that is going to be strength related is probably going to be in his wheelhouse. But he'll be really good at being dexterous.
12 was my lowest one, so I'm not going to be a weakling.
Not a weakling, but a +1 to anything strength is not great.
All right. Okay, so that's all my ability scores. Next,
Okay.
it's.
Are you changing any of your trained skills, or are those staying the same as well?
They're going to be changed because I'm a little confused about how
Okay.
that works after reading the book again. Okay. So it says next thing in the book after abilities is hit points. So hit points is 18 plus my Constitution modifier,
Yep.
which is 3. So I have 21 hit points.
All right.
Right. Next is the class skills. It's 4 plus my intelligence modifier.
Yep.
So 4 plus 4 is 8.
Oh, you are very smart now.
I had 3 18s.
That's impressive.
Better than the 3 9s I had last time
Yeah.
when I did the scout build. Right. Let's go back up. I'm in the wrong section. All right. Okay, it says here on their class skills, it says acrobats, deception, gathering information, intelligent knowledge. All
Yeah.
skills taken individually. So does that mean I have to take those skills, or do I get to choose what skills I take? Or
Which page are you on?
I'm on page 45 of
Okay.
the handbook
All right.
at the bottom on the right. It says class skills underneath the level chart.
Yeah. Okay. Trained in 4 plus intelligence modifier. So basically, yeah, you can choose from that list as to which skills you want.
That's the list I can train in.
Yeah. As far as class skills, yeah.
It says that, and then it has mechanics, perception, persuasion, pilot, stealth, and use computer after that. So that whole list, it's kind of weird that it would be in the middle of that whole list. Or that's what's confusing.
Health skills.
They give you a list and they say that, and then give you more of a list. Are they separate somehow? Or is it just all considered one and they just worded it weird?
All right. I'm going to. All right. I'm gonna check this skills chapter really quick because that is a strange wording. I thought I knew, but now you're making me second guess myself.
Yeah.
Right. When you make a character, you are allowed to select a number of skills as trained skills. Your character receives a number of trained skills based on his or her character class and intelligence modifier. Trained skills are selected from the character's list of class skills at first level, and a character may acquire new trained skills by taking the skill training feat. The major difference between a trained skill and an untrained skill is that you gain a +5 bonus on skill checks if you're trained in the skill. However, some skills can't be used untrained. So yeah, it says there's trained skills are selected from the character's list of class skills at first level.
All right, so I guess that's the whole list, and it's just a little odd wording. All right,
Yeah.
so I'm going strong ship's crew mechanical guy, so I'm going to go with mechanics and use computer first.
Okay.
Mechanics. And on the chart, there's T, and F. T, I assume, is train. What would F be? Would that be feet, or I don't?
Oh, on the character sheet, 1 second.
Also going to go with pilot. He'll be a certified pilot. He's not exactly a skilled pilot, but he'll be certified in it as a member of the crew.
All right. In skills, are you on the Roll20 character sheet?
Yeah, I'm on the Roll20 character sheet.
Okay, I'll
It
open that.
looks like the easiest to interact with.
Because that's not on the printed one, or the printable one. But on the base character sheet, there's a box for trained and then skill focus. So maybe F is just focus.
Oh. So what does focus mean? Because I don't think I saw anything about that.
That might have to do with the not heroic classes, prestige classes. Let me just check.
Knowledge.
All right, so skill focus is a feat, and the effect is choose one skill in which you are trained. You gain a +5 competence bonus on all skill checks made with that skill. So it's a more amplified version of being trained in this skill, but it's a feat to do so.
Say that again. I'm sorry, I was choosing my last.
The feat skill focus, one of your skills is particularly well honed. Choose one skill in which you are trained. You gain a +5 competence bonus on all skill checks made with that skill. This feat may be selected multiple times. Its effects do not stack. Each time you take this feat, it applies to a different trained skill. But it's basically amplifying a trained skill so that overall I think you get a +10, but you can't skill focus the same skill more than once.
Okay. Next thing in the book is force points. I get 5 plus half my level, so it's the same thing what I had before was 5.
Yep.
All right. Character features. Okay. I get a defense bonus. First level, you gain +2 bonus to your reflex defense and +1 to class bonus of your will defense. Oh, I see it. I don't think we talked about any of that last week.
Yeah, the different defenses basically make it so a higher reflex defense means that for physical attacks or like blaster fire, you're harder to hit. Will defense is more for mental attacks.
+2 +1 to will defense.
And then there's also Constitution defense, I think. Hang on.
There's a fortitude which
defense.
Is based.
Yep.
It doesn't look like you get bonuses. Okay, starting feats. You begin with the feats point blank shot with weapons proficiency and pistols and weapons proficiency simple weapons.
Yep.
Point blank. Are they in a different book? I haven't come across those yet.
Which things?
The point blank shot, weapons proficiency, pistols, and simple weapons.
Let's go to feats. Point blank shot. You get that's on page 81. You get a +1 bonus on ranged attacks and damage against point blank foes.
I'll just have to look at those. They're not something that modifies my regular stuff until it's a specific situation.
Yeah, feats are usually pretty situational. Because then that kind of influences the way you play. Because if you're really good at firing point blank, you may decide to just charge into the fray and just pop somebody in the head from right up close.
Next, it talks about talents. At first level, on every odd number afterwards, you get to choose a talent from the trees. Choose. So I want to basically, if we go up to level 20, I want to get 10 total talents. Correct? Is that the way I'm reading it?
All correct.
Right. So a couple good ones, especially now with the.
Right, because the whole reason you're doing this is because you wanted the tech specialist tree, right?
Yeah. Because that goes more into my personal backstory. So my guy's more tech specific.
Yeah.
I think I'll go with fast repairs. I got to be trained in mechanics, but that was the first one I chose.
Yeah, I assumed you would still be training in mechanics, so I didn't figure that would be an issue.
Okay. Next, it says it just goes through all those trees. All right.
All right, the outlaw takes the talent tree. That's right.
There's a slicer. Hold on. I know that's going to be key to I might go with a slicer. I don't really see anything good there for slicer. They just call them slicer. You get re-rolls and substitute your computer skill.
Yeah, trying to make it more. Your odds are better that you succeed as far as slicing, but it doesn't. Yeah, you still need the good stats if you're going to be slicing things.
All right. Well, that's a swift action, though. That might be good later. I'm going to stick with fast repairs. Okay. That looks like all it says on here, but let's go back to the player sheet and see what I'm missing. All right, we did force points, and you said you're giving us one destiny point?
One destiny point starting out, yep.
Okay.
And that can, that number can grow or shrink as you use them, but grow as far as, if I feel as though you're playing to your specific destiny, as we might discover what that is. So.
Underneath that, it has BAB, speed, and dark side points.
All right, base BAB is base attack bonus, so that should be determined on the tree. For the scoundrel, base attack bonus at level 1 is +0. So.
Okay, so it's nothing. Okay. Speed is obviously 6 spaces per turn.
Yep.
Dark side points, I don't have any of those.
Not yet.
Okay. Grapple is based upon my strength modifier.
Yep.
Which is 1, though it's telling me it's -1. It's not moving. All right, I'll figure that out later. All right. Defense, we did that. Skills, we did that. Okay, armor. Okay, I'm guessing just because I'm wearing basic coveralls, I don't get any reflex bonus, fortitude bonus, or.
Yeah, I don't believe so. I'd have to look in the gear again, or the armor.
All right, and you said. Okay, so. And how do we decide how many credits I started with? You had a roll for what my equipment was worth. I could spend up on my equipment.
For how much money you could spend at the start?
Yeah.
All right, that is back in the scoundrel, because that is determined by, at the very end, credits, page 47. First level scoundrel starts with 3d4 times 250 credits.
1,000.
Okay. So you rolled a 1, a 1, and a 2 or something? That would be the
It was like
only
a
way.
2, a 1,
Yeah.
or something like that. Yeah. All right. Available 1,000.
But I did see in the equipment, you said you had coveralls?
Yeah, dark gray coveralls with a utility belt.
Right, because yeah, to have any sort of bonus to defense, you need like a padded flight suit or something, which are more expensive.
The only real, I think I got a Hydra spanner, but I doubt that's expensive. The only real thing my guy has is that personal PC diagnostic tool that he has for the Vasari. That's part of his job with the Vasari. He's taken with him, but I don't know how that be. That being a separate book, where would I?
So what's the main tool you have?
My main tool is like a personal PC diagnostic tool. Plug in any computer, and I can mess with the code pretty much for slicing or
All
the like.
right. Yeah, unless there's something more specific, I guess that would just be the toolkit on page 135. Yes. Okay.
Equipment. Here we go. Communication, computer and storage, data powers. Toolkit at 250. All right. Utility belt is 500. Damn. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Starting out, you're poor.
Well, we knew that.
Yeah.
Would my Hydra spanner just be a part of the toolkit? I'm not seeing it under tools.
Yeah, I would have just rolled that under the toolkit. That seems like it. As far as I understand, Hydra spanners are pretty basic fare. That's
Basically, other than I don't see, well, it's not under armor where just a simple jump shoot is, but
it's basically a Star Wars wrench. So
yeah. So yeah, that's basically what my guy has. This the jump shoot, the utility belt, the Hydra spanner, and the personal PC slicing device. It's got a bunch of pockets. I was just gonna say he has like odds and ends in there, like random spare parts and the like, nuts, bolts, wires. At some point during the encounter with the rest of the team, he's gonna go to a weapons locker or the armory or something and see if there's anything there. He's expecting most of it to be fairly cleared out, though. If he sees when they hit the proximity detectors and he see who's coming, if he notices them as a Jedi, any of them as Jedis, if he notices that, he's gonna immediately go there before he goes to the entrance to the hatch to the armory and see what he can find.
all right,
But
makes sense.
if things go well, and he joins up with them, he's gonna stop at the armory to gear up, even if he didn't notice they were Jedi to begin with.
Okay. A trusting sort, you mean? All right. Do you have any other questions?
No, just generally feeling a little overwhelmed, but it's a lot better now that we've had a one-on-one.
All right. Good.
I'm gonna go to those feats and look up so I know exactly how to use the point blank shots and like.
Right. If you have any questions as we go, just let me know and we'll sort it out.
Okay.